When Daniel first arrived in Ashwood Hill, he expected boredom, silence, and fresh air, the usual things small mountain towns offered. He came to clear his head, finish his thesis, and forget the disaster that was his last relationship. But Ashwood Hill had its own secrets, and some of them were waiting for him. The cottage he rented was old but cozy, stone walls, creaky floors, and a narrow attic room that smelled like dust and pine. The landlord mentioned one rule: never leave the attic window open after dark. Daniel laughed, assuming it was about raccoons or wind. He didn't take it seriously. On his third night, he broke the rule without even realizing it. He was sitting at his desk when he felt a cold draft. The attic window, which he was sure he had closed earlier, was now slightly open. Moonlight pooled onto the floorboards like silver water. Daniel got up to shut it. As he reached for the latch, he noticed something outside, something standing at the tree line. A woman, long black hair, white dress fluttering in the wind, perfectly still. She was looking straight at him. Daniel blinked, startled. When he looked again, she was gone. He shut the window quickly, telling himself it was a shadow, his imagination, anything but real. That night, the tapping started. Light, rhythmic, coming from the attic window. Daniel held his breath. The tapping grew louder, impatient, almost urgent. He approached slowly. Outside the glass, pressed so close her forehead left a foggy mark, stood the woman from the forest. Her eyes were empty. Her skin was pale and cracked like dried clay. "Daniel," she whispered, though her lips didn't move. His blood turned to ice. He backed away, stumbling down the stairs. The tapping grew violent, turning into pounding that shook the frame. But the window held. After a few minutes, silence returned. Daniel couldn't sleep that night. Every small sound made him flinch. He sat at his desk until dawn, checking the window every 5 minutes. Closed, secure. By the fourth night, exhaustion hit him so hard he fell asleep at the desk. When he woke, the attic window was wide open. His heart dropped. Cold air swept through the attic, carrying a faint, familiar whisper. "Daniel." He turned slowly. She stood inside the room. Daniel bolted down the stairs, grabbing his backpack, shoes, keys, anything, while the house groaned behind him. He didn't look back. He sprinted out the door and into the freezing dawn, not stopping until he reached the main road. By the time he got to the bus stop, his lungs were burning. The bus to the city arrived 20 minutes later. He boarded without checking the fare or the route. He sat by the window, shaking, trying to convince himself he was safe. Then he felt it, a cold breath on his neck. He turned slowly toward the reflection in the glass. She sat beside him, smiling.